Hey guys, we're going to talk about the ammo in the Bullpup right now. A tremendous amount of questions. People, you know, they read about the Bobergs and the fact that some ammunition would separate, and we definitely want to discuss that. We know that there's a lot of Blazer brass fans out there, and I'm one of them. I use them in my other guns. But the ammo that is not crimped, which this is one of them, and the federal red box. If there's no crimp, one of the things when Arnie designed the gun was to he recommended at least a 30-pound crimp on the bullets, where hollow points they'll have as much as 100 pounds of pressure on that. So with hollow points, you usually don't have an issue with that. But with range ammo, just ball ammo, you can have that problem because some ammo's just not it's just not crimped. And so Blazer's one of those, and I'm sorry for you fans out there of the Blazer. If that's a deal killer, if this gun won't shoot Blazer, I don't want the gun. Please don't buy the gun, because Blazer will not run in the gun. And now what we have found that just works absolutely amazing is the Winchester White Box, which you can get at just about any store anywhere in the country. We bought a bunch of the ammo from Walmart. I mean, there are different stores all over the place that carry just the basic Winchester, and it is crimped, and that's one reason why it works. And so in our manual, which is online, we actually on page 6 have a growing list of approved ammo, and I'll just get this up here where you can see it a little bit, see if we can get focused in. And you can see that the Winchester White Box is one of our high recommended, and that's actually what we're doing most of our test firing with. And it just works really consistently and really well, and it's reasonably priced. So anyway, go through the list. We just had somebody send in an email today that just went through about 500 rounds of Fiocchi, and what was the it was the Hornady Critical Defense. And so they had real good results with that. You'll find a lot of the hollow points for personal protection that will work really well on this gun. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that real quick. And one of the things about the crimp, just showing that, is that, and what we're talking about exactly is that right here with this one you have just a little bit of a curled crimp in there, where this is a straight up and down, and there's no crimp at all. And just that little crimp is what allows the bullet to not be separated, because the ones without, and the reason this happens, a lot of people say, well, why is that happening with this gun? This is a reverse feed mechanism. So it's grabbing the bullet out of the magazine and jerking it back with a lot of G-force, and all the weight is in the bullet. And so when it jerks, and if it's not crimped, it can actually separate and dump the powder down on the magazine. Now here in just a little bit, we're going to actually shoot some of the ammo. We're going to separate some of the ammo for you guys so you can see what happens, and we'll show you how to get that, clear that out of the firearm. And so, but anyway, we just want you guys, we want full exposure here. If it's not crimped, it's not going to work probably. Now, we have some SIG ammo that's not crimped, but it works fairly well, except every once in a while you'll have a separation. The Winchester White Box is just nearly 100% all the time going to work. So, and there's a bunch of other ammo like that too. So the other thing that I want to do is we're gonna load this up, and just to show you the reverse feed here. Get some of the rounds. So this is odd for a lot of people, because instead of putting the base in first, we're putting in the bullet in first. And so the way that I do it is I push down and just load it in just like that, push it forward until it clicks, and then I do the next one. And the funny thing about this is after you do 20-30 mags like this and you go back to your normal ammo, it feels weird because this is so different. But it's actually a pretty cool conversation piece here. I'm not in the best position here, so let me. And we're coming up on the 7th one, and the 7th one is a little bit of a push, but once you get in place and you just push it forward and in you go. So we've got 7 rounds in there. So you can do one in the chamber and 7 rounds, no follower, pulling from the rear. And so it's just pulling it out each time, feeding it in. And that's the G-force. If it's pulling so hard back like that, that's when you can have separation with the uncrimped ammo. And so just show you how that works there. So one thing I want to do is also want to show you, a minute ago I showed you, now this is a show gun. There's no firing pin in this particular gun. And so I'm going to load a live round in here just to show you how this works. And also I showed you how that last 1/4 of an inch pullback lifted the bullet up. Now you're going to actually see it with a bullet in there. So we'll do that, and then we're going to, and I went ahead and pulled it back a little bit too hard there. So, but you can see how the bullet's floating, and then it just loads right in. And so to unload, if you have one in the chamber and you want to get it out, this gun's really built well for that because it's right in the middle. See the bullet in there, how it just came out of the magazine. You can see how low it is down in the placement. And I've got it to where it feels like it's stopped. You know, I'm not pulling real hard, but there's a little bit of a hesitation stop right there. But the bullet is way underneath where it's going to feed in. So what you're going to do is that last 1/4 of an inch, you'll see the bullet really come up. See how far that came up? Just nearly a 1/2 an inch. And so now it's in a position to where it'll feed right in. So when you do this, you just want to make sure, and there's the bullet. And so you want to just make sure you just do a good snap, and that'll bring that bullet all the way in there. So I'm going to do that one more time, just so everybody catches it. Okay, so bullet in there. Loaded, and always make sure you pop it up in there good. The mag release on this doesn't drop it out like a lot of guns, but it'll pop it, and that way you can pull it out. But this isn't one of those guns where you're just going to drop the mag like these guys do. You know, so most of the time you're just going to be pulling it out. It's going to pop it just a little bit. So just an idea there. So anyway, one more time. So we're going to pull it, trying to do it slow. And so you can see the bullet, it's grabbed the bullet out of the magazine. Now it's floating in there. And so, but I'm at a false stop right there, but I pull it that last 1/4 inch all the way up, and in she goes. Just real easy to unload at that point. So, and we are working on a magazine loader to help load these, and the prototypes are looking pretty good. So hopefully we'll have them ready for you guys pretty soon. Okay, what else?